Track 2.1, Unit 2, Listening 1.
Jack! Over here!
Oh, hey, Marta. How's it going?
Okay. I just went to Professor Malik's office to ask about the assignment for the class I missed. He says we're supposed to evaluate a product using the design principles of Dieter Rams. Who is he? I'm kind of behind on the reading for that class.
Again? Okay. Well, he's a German industrial designer who used to work for Braun, you know, the consumer products company. Back in the 1970s, he came up with 10 principles of good design that are still being followed today. Like, for example, a good design is innovative, long-lasting, environmentally friendly, and the most important one, I think, is that it should make the product understandable. He doesn't believe in designs that have a lot of unnecessary features. You know, the classic Braun calculator? Rams designed that, and you can see the influence in the iPhone calculator today.
Really? I think my dad has one of those calculators. They're ancient. He's not very good with technology, so I guess it must be fairly understandable. Anyway, have you chosen a product to evaluate for the assignment yet?
Yeah, a door.
A door?
Yeah. The door to that college library, to be exact. Look, here's a photo. Can you see the problem?
No, not really.
Look at the handle. Are you supposed to pull or push it?
Well, it's not clear.
See, that's the problem. It's not clear. The handle is vertical, so naturally you want to pull on it. But that's not how it works. You have to push. Dieter Rams would say it's not understandable, therefore, it's a bad design.
That's so interesting. I'd never have thought of that.
I found out that there's actually a name for badly designed doors. They're called Norman doors, after Don Norman, who wrote a book called The Design of Everyday Things. He believes in what he calls designing for humans, which is similar to Dieter Rams' principle that products should be understandable. Norman says doors are really simple devices. We shouldn't need written instructions like pull or push to figure out what to do. It should be obvious from the design.
I completely agree with him. I wish all products were designed like that.
Especially electronic devices like phones or tablets.
No kidding. My parents need a set of written instructions to use the TV remote.
Yeah, mine can't operate the microwave.
Well, to be fair, I got a new coffee machine a few months ago, and I still don't really understand how to use it. It's got lots of great features, but I seem to spend more time reading the instruction manual than I do drinking the coffee.
Yeah, that's just bad design. Complex equipment doesn't need to be difficult to use.
True. What am I going to evaluate for this assignment?
Try to think of something that is attractive but also functional.
Yeah, I need something simple. Oh, how about the glass measuring jug you use in the kitchen? You know, the thing that has ounces and milliliters printed on the side so you can measure liquids or dry foods like rice?
Well, it's certainly useful.
Right. And I'm sure Rams would agree it's understandable. It's not like you need instructions to use it.
True. Also, it pioneered the use of a new heat-proof glass, so you could say it was innovative at the time, and the design hasn't changed for at least 100 years. So I guess you could argue it's long-lasting too.
Definitely.
Well, it sounds like you found a product for the assignment. Let me know if you need any help with anything.
I will do. Thanks, Jack.
Track 2.2, Unit 2, Listening 2.
Hello, everyone. My name is Russell McGraw, and I'm a member of a team that works to design virtual reality and augmented reality products. Not just games, but also products with practical uses in fields like medicine, science, and even fashion. A lot of people are confused by the terms augmented reality and virtual reality. So what I want to do today is define these terms, explain the similarities and differences between them, and give examples of some of their current and potential future applications. Augmented reality and virtual reality have one major similarity, and that is that both are designed to alter our view of the world. However, the way they do it and the technology they employ are different. Let me start by talking about augmented reality, or AR for short. AR has been in the news recently because of its use in the game Pokemon Go, which came out in 2016 and became a worldwide hit. To augment something means to add to it or increase it. For example, you can augment your income by taking a second job or working more hours. Augmented reality is a technology that layers or puts computer-generated content on top of the existing environment. You view it through a device like a smartphone or a tablet. So when people play Pokemon Go, they see the real environment around them, combined with artificial images of little monsters that players can interact with in all sorts of fun ways. Now, in contrast, virtual reality is an artificial, computer-generated simulation. That means a copy of a real-world environment. You enter the VR world via a specially designed headset, like the one in this photo. The headset completely shuts out the real world and allows you to enter the virtual world. It feels real. The action takes place all around you in 360 degrees, so you're encouraged to turn around, look around, and move around, like in the real world. The people and objects are three-dimensional, and they appear life-size. So in short, while augmented reality places digital content in the real world, virtual reality is designed to take the viewer completely out of the real world. The two technologies are opposites in that way. Okay, until now, both technologies have been used successfully for entertainment and play, but more and more they're being used for practical purposes as well. Consider the field of aviation. Have you ever heard of a flight simulator? It's a machine for training pilots. It's designed exactly like a real airplane, and it has the ability to move in ways that simulate or copy the movement of an airplane as it takes off and lands, though of course it never actually leaves the ground. The pilot controls it just as he or she would a real plane. Virtual reality is used to create the landscape the pilot sees and to copy the kinds of messages and feedback that pilots normally receive. So, the simulator allows pilots to practice flying virtually in all kinds of weather and to handle every sort of emergency safely and inexpensively. In the medical field, augmented reality has been used to help students by layering a map of the bones and muscles onto a life-size, three-dimensional model of the human body. Also, virtual reality has been used to train surgeons in situations where it would be dangerous or difficult to operate on living people. And a very interesting use of augmented reality is in treating extreme fears called phobias. Let's say you have a person with arachnophobia, which is a fear of spiders. The normal treatment for phobias is to expose people to the thing they are afraid of in small, controlled amounts. but doctors don't usually keep jars of spiders in their offices. Virtual reality provides a practical substitute for the real thing. Augmented reality also has many potential uses in the fashion industry. For example, today there are websites that allow you to upload a photo of yourself and then try on as many pairs of eyeglasses as you want. So there will be virtual dressing rooms and even virtual shopping malls. Someday soon, there may be augmented cooking lessons or car repair, or an augmented GPS system that's part of the car's windshield, so drivers can get directions at the same time as they're looking at the road. I see we're running out of time, so to finish, I'll mention some future developments in the areas of virtual and augmented reality. One is the addition of haptic feedback to the virtual reality environment. The term haptic is defined as relating to the sense of touch. So let's say that, for example, someone touches you on the hand in your virtual world. In the real world, using haptic feedback, you'd actually be able to feel the touch. Amazing, right? The main development moving forward is that eventually augmented and virtual reality won't be separate experiences. Rather, they'll be combined to create a blended experience that has both real and artificial elements, and that reduces the distance between real and digital worlds.
Track 2.3, Unit 2, Listening 2. 1.
To augment something means to add to it or increase it.
2.
Augmented reality is a technology that layers or puts computer-generated content on top of the existing environment.
3.
Virtual reality is an artificial, computer-generated simulation. That means a copy of a real-world environment.
4.
Let's say you have a person with arachnophobia, which is a fear of spiders.
5.
The term haptic is defined as relating to the sense of touch.
Track 2.4, Unit 2, Pronunciation for Speaking. 1.
The instructions weren't clear.
2.
Don Norman is an American designer.
3.
The kitchen has a lot of fancy tools.
4.
Virtual reality is used to train surgeons.
5.
Arachnophobia is a fear of spiders.
6.
Someday soon, there may be augmented cooking lessons.